Thank you for your patience. But happy terrific Thursday. It's a little muggy here today. I've got some of that in my hair today. It's a little rainy outside, but still, let's make it a terrific day. Relax, as you can see. So hopefully have a good day. Um, so anyway, so today we are doing some positive affirmation cards, and they're going to be from the Rethink Mindful Life deck, and maybe the Happier Me deck if we have extra time. So I'm just going to jump into that right now. And let's see. So it's just some positive affirmation cards to give us a positive focus for the day, because when you feel better and more positively focused, it's my belief and opinion that it's easier to connect with that positive God inspiration, to get into better in the flow of God's blessings when we're in a positive mindset, appreciative, grateful to God mindset. It's easier for us to see the opportunities around us and to act on the positive inspired ideas and solutions that God can put into our minds. So it's good to stay positive when you can. It's still important, I believe, to feel all the feelings. If you're sad, if you're angry, scared, whatever, that's part of being human. The soul within us is the positive, empowered part of us, because it's a part of God within us, in my understanding, or that's connected to God. And the human side, because we're souls having a human experience, playing with the challenges in life, with the contrast, so that we can learn and grow and tap into our souls, to help empower us through this human experience. But still, while we're human, we're going to feel sad, angry, afraid, and we need to feel those feelings in this human body and kind of get them out in a positive way, whether that's crying, yelling into a pillow, pounding on a pillow or a couch if you're angry, whatever that is. But then getting back into maybe walking in nature, doing prayers, meditation, talking to whatever, a therapist, a spiritual director, positive friends, whatever you need to do to get back into a positive, hopeful state, trusting that with God all good things are possible, and that ultimately God is with us, in control, and we can go to Him, her, it, whatever you want to call it, for help through this life and to get us back on track after challenges. Hi, Nelson. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So I'm just going to do a few. How are you doing, Nelson? Any wins? If anybody has any wins to share, any blessings they want to acknowledge, it helps to set us on a positive energy vibration for the day. I want to say that that's a blessing that I have my friend Nelson tuned in today. I appreciate that. And also, like I say, for people in general, if you feel that not everybody can do these things, but if you can do any of these things, that's a blessing too. If you can walk, talk, hear, see, feel, smell, sense in any way, those are blessings. Oh, very good. If your pension arrives tomorrow, that's a blessing too. Congratulations. Yes, if we have any kind of abundance, any kind of blessings, and we all have something, if we're just here watching this live or in the replay, you're able to take in this information in some way, that's a blessing. So a lot of times people don't realize those are blessings until they're compromised in some way, or if those senses are lessened or those things are taken away. So we want to acknowledge that really we do have abundance in different ways, in different blessings, whether, that's blessings, it's friendships, it's family, it's our senses are working. Um, it could be money as well. That helps too. So we can be abundant in many ways. Having a good laugh sometimes is abundance. Noticing in a I was watching an old show yesterday with my father, Andy Griffith's show. Okay, so it was a blessing that he was able to watch that. I was with him. We were together. There's still some laughs from these old shows. And then also I was noticing there was music in the background of this old episode. And it was a song I hadn't heard in a long time. It's an old song, like big band era song or swing. And I was like, oh, gee, that's a nice little pleasant treat. Uh, in this day was the song was Undecided. And it was very pleasant to hear that. Hadn't heard that in a long time. And I was like, oh, and this is some of the things I want to mention is that like I'm doing this program. Oh, thanks, Nelson. You're having lunch while watching this? Wonderful. Enjoy. Could you pass the salt? um, I'm doing this program. Nelson's in it, thankfully. And other we have another person in it too, Jamie. I'm doing the program called Infinite Possibilities for the Well-Traveled Soul. It was created by Mike Dooley and Rebecca Sagoda. It looks something like this. This is not the booklet, but Infinite Possibilities for the Well-Traveled Soul. And it's for people of all ages. I would say especially 40 and over. And but it's for all ages. People who've been through some stuff in life or are going through stuff and challenges. And it's very hopeful. And it's about giving yourself permission to dream again. And to dream again, it could be having any kind of goal or dream of any size. And I was thinking that sometimes what it could be is just like if you feel like you don't have any big goals, a goal could just be an intention. I intend to have a good day today or tomorrow, or I intend to have a good afternoon. I intend to have a relaxing evening. These are goals that you're at any age, you can still have these little dreams or goals, or what I would like to even think of as little treats, little blessings, because at any age you should have, as this book says, permission to dream again. Just because you're a certain age or you're in a certain state, or say you're, God forbid, you're in a hospital or you're feeling ill, or you're temporarily out of circulation with people or whatever, you still have permission to dream again. You still have permission to come up with a little goal, or what would be a little intention or treat you would like to have for your segment of the day, for your evening. What would be a treat for you? Oh, I would like to watch this movie I haven't seen in a long time. Maybe I could find it, or someone could help me find it on Netflix, or I would like to learn a little bit about this particular language or this particular topic. If you can't see or you can't hear, you get someone to help you get that information to you, read it to you, or help you find it, help you find a show on it. You can have any kind of treat. Gee, look, I haven't had, a good lasagna in a year. You can help someone find that for you, or you could try your own recipe. You can look it up on YouTube. These are all little goals, little dreams, little treats that you could have at any age and in any state that you're in with God's help, in my opinion. Okay? You could get it down to very minimal things. I just want to feel better today. I want to be able to spend 15 minutes of my day just feeling happy. And you can make that, you could set a timer, look at your watch and say, for these 15 minutes, I am just going to think about any joke I can remember, any um, funny memory in my whole past I could think of, or in 15 minutes I'm going to call a friend that I had this funny experience with, and I'm going to talk about that. No matter what's going on, you could be in a hospital and have a little goal or a dream for that day. Yeah, for 15 minutes today or 5 minutes, I want to think about something funny. I'm going to call somebody. I'm going to tell a funny story to the stranger that passes by. You know, we always have that power, as long as we are, you know, we always have that much control, as long as we have some sense of our you know, our memory, etc., to create and achieve even mini goals. It could be a big goal. I want to start an orphanage. I want to start a nonprofit organization. I want to start a business at any age. There was some 95-year-old man on the news last year or so that was starting a cupcake business. You know, there's a 80-year-old or 85-year-old woman, maybe she was 80, who was on America's Got Talent doing a ballroom dance routine, where the man who was younger than her, like 40 years younger, was throwing her up in the air and throwing her around and twirling her around, and people were like, oh, because they have beliefs that, oh, you can't do that, those kind of moves at any age, at certain ages. That's impossible. But it was possible because this woman, that was her goal, and her mind, her body, they were up for it, and she achieved that goal. So that's part of why, that's the kind of thing we talk about and work towards, achieving little goals and dreams of any size, big or small, and the infinite possibilities for the Well-Traveled Soul program, which I'll be running again in September. So I'll be putting the information in a link below at some point. Anyway, I'm going to do the cards 1, 2, and 3. And if anybody's here live, you can choose a number between 1 and 31, just for a general number spread of a month. If you want, if you're here live, I can choose 1 or 2 numbers for you specifically. And anybody who hears those messages now, live or in the replay, if you resonate with that person's message number, then you could consider that that's a message you might want to consider for yourself today, for your own inspiration. It doesn't matter that somebody else chose it. If it resonates with you, it could be something that is a positive message for you too. Okay, Nelson, great. 3. So because Nelson's here live, we're going to start with his 2 numbers, and then we'll get to numbers 1, 2, and 3. The general numbers for anybody who's here live or in the replay. But let's see if Nelson's numbers come up interesting for any of you too, and let's see if they resonate with him. Okay, Nelson, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 is this one. Hang on a second, I'm gonna put it on the side. Self-awareness. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 11, 12. 13, 14. And 14 is self-care. Self-awareness and self-care. Okay, so let's see. And this other one fell on the floor. Oh, let me see. Two others fell on the floor. All right, I'm going to make those 2 that fell on the floor number 1 and 2. 1, 2, and 3 is the top of this other one. Okay, so here we go. Self-care. I'm sorry, self-awareness says, number 3, for Nelson and anyone else who resonates with this. I cultivate a mindful awareness of my thoughts, emotions, and actions. Okay, so mindfully be aware of, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I doing? What actions am I taking during the day? What am I thinking during the day? What am I feeling? Like, you know, mindfully be aware of those things. Because a lot of times we we think thoughts, we feel things, and we're not really noticing. The noticing is really the soul within each person, each body. The person noticing what's going on, that's the real you, that's your soul. So I cultivate a self-awareness. I cultivate a mindful awareness of my thoughts, emotions, and actions, recognizing their profound impact on my being. Okay, noticing that, oh, how are my thoughts and my emotions or feelings and my actions, how are they impacting my being, my body, my mind, my body, my spirit, my life? I assume full responsibility for my choices, continuously endeavoring to embody the finest rendition of my authentic self. Okay, I assume full responsibility for my choices. So it's about kind of taking responsibility for our choices instead of blaming other people, places, things, situations for how we act or feel. It's challenging. I know. I feel that way anyway, because we're souls in a human body having a human experience. So we still have those human feelings. But this is saying ideally to assume full responsibility for your own choices and continuously endeavor or strive to embody, to be the finest version of your authentic self, to try to be the best you can be, the most authentic, unique, authentically authentic you that you can be. So this is just about having self-awareness. I cultivate a mindful awareness, and you take responsibility for your choices and try to be the best, finest rendition of your authentic self. And your authentic self, all of our authentic selves, in my understanding, is who your soul really is, being in this, who came to be in this life. All the positive aspects of it, all the uniqueness. And ultimately, the soul is a part of that, is a spark of God, connected to God, from my understanding. So what is that essence? That's unconditionally loving, compassionate, joyful, peaceful, giving, intuitive, loving, peaceful, and caring, compassionate, and accepting of your authentic self, of others' authentic selves. So self-awareness. Okay. And then the other one that Nelson happened to pick, but might resonate with you, it resonates with me too. Self-care. That's important for everybody. Of course, it reads backwards here because that's YouTube, but sorry about that. So self-care says, I prioritize my self-care and overall well-being as a fundamental pillar of my journey towards success. I recognize that nurturing myself is essential for achieving my goals. You have to take care of yourself, love, right? They say love one another as you love yourself, but they never really said, what does that mean, love yourself? Well, you're supposed to be good to yourself too. Besides being good to family and friends and neighbors, community, you have to take care of yourself and love yourself in order to have the energy and the patience and the compassion, because we're part human, part soul, part human. But that human side, if it gets tired or burnt out, you're not going to be able to easily care for others without having an attitude or impatience if you don't take care of yourself first. So I recognize that nurturing myself is essential for achieving my goals. Right? You have to have energy in order to achieve your goals. If you have goals, positive goals in mind, usually that's from your soul, God-given, connected to your God-given natural talents and positive passions and interests. But if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to have the energy to put those God-given talents into practice in this world to share it with others. So you need the self-care. Nurture myself. Nurturing myself is essential for achieving my goals and living a fulfilling and balanced life aligned with my highest potential. Okay, so that's self-care, and that's someone giving themselves a hug. Give yourself a hug, Nelson. I'm giving you a hug. Everybody out there, I'm giving you a hug too if you're positively playing nice when you come on this channel. And if you're not, you probably need a hug more than anybody. Okay, so now let's do numbers 1, 2, 3. We have about 10 minutes more, and that's it. Let's see, number 1. If you choose one of 1, 2, and 3, number 1 is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. This is another picture of someone hugging themselves. It's a lot about self-hugs today. Hug yourself or a loved one if they want a hug, maybe. Self-acceptance. I accept myself unconditionally with a heart free from judgment or criticism. I recognize that I am inherently perfect in my own unique way. I'm inherently perfect in my own unique way, with all my imperfections and quirks. I wholeheartedly love and accept myself for the beautiful being that I am. Okay. This picture is like hugging themselves in a very like wrapped up like almost like a I don't know. That's you need to be like made of rubber to be able to hug yourself so much. I guess that's what they're trying to say. Like you're hugging every part of yourself without judgment. Self-acceptance is the card. Again, I accept myself unconditionally with a heart free from judgment or criticism. Wholeheartedly love and accept myself for the beautiful being that I am, that God created you to be. The more we accept ourselves, quote unquote, warts and all, the more we'll have love, compassion, and patience for other people, because we're all, unique people with unique perspectives going through this life journey with its challenges, and people make mistakes. We make mistakes. And we need to forgive and move forward, forgive ourselves, forgive others where we can, and move forward. Yeah, inspiring message. Very good, Nelson. So I recognize I am inherently perfect in my own unique way, because each of us is worthy as a child of God's, just because you're alive and you are a child of God's. And sometimes we can be better, more positive, more unconditionally loving, more unconditionally accepting, but we're all on a journey. We're growing, and that's part of this earth school, from what I understand. That's why the souls are here, to learn, to grow, and to see just how powerful that soul within us, that part of God within us, can make us, can enable us to overcome any challenge in life, with ourselves or with others. Okay, number 2, if you chose number 2 of 1, 2, 3, this says accountability. Accountability. And this is a chart, picture of a chart on a laptop. Accountability. What does this say? LL, embody. I think that's a typo. Okay, let's say, okay, I embody a steadfast commitment to personal accountability, recognizing that my actions and this is sort of similar to the other one that we happen to choose. Taking responsibility for your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, because it helps you towards your goals. This is similar. Accountability. I embody a steadfast commitment to personal accountability, recognizing that my actions and decisions shape my path to success. And success could be in anything that you do. You can have a success with bigger goals, smaller goals, just intentions, just your to-do list for the day, just one intention for the day. I want success with starting to clear out clutter in my apartment, in my house. I want success with, I'm going to just clean one drawer in my cabinet today. recognize that my actions and decisions shape my path to success. I wholeheartedly assume responsibility for my progress and outcomes, acknowledging the pivotal role I play in manifesting my desired results. Okay, so it's just taking accountability for what we can do, what we may not be able to do. And then I would say do the self-acceptance, which is saying, and what I can't do, or what I'm not that good at, be okay with, all right, that's not my strong suit, or I'm still working on that part of my life, or I need to get help with certain parts. That's okay. Self-acceptance and self-accountability. Um, it's just about you being you, taking care of you, taking responsibility for you and your connection with God to do the rest and help you with the rest. And then all of us, whether we know it or not, we tend to be some of God's helpers on this earth for people who need, it could be someone you hire that helps you to say, do the plumbing, and you can't do the plumbing. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, and you have a problem. This could be people. There are other people in this world to help you with things, whether it's people that you have to pay for their services, or it's a friend, family member, a neighbor, somebody that knows how to help you with that area that you can't do yourself, or someone just happens, coincidentally, synchronistically happens to, you need a clock. Your clock just broke today. And then down the corner, I think this happened to Nelson. All of a sudden, someone happened to throw out their clock. Right timing, just when you needed a clock. God uses people. We're all linked in a chain, connected to each other to help each other. So you could take accountability for your part and do your part with God's help, and then God has other people to help you fill in the blanks. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, so now here's another one. Unleashing creativity. Unleashing creativity. And it says, I tap into my limitless creativity and express myself freely. I trust in my creative abilities and allow my unique ideas to flow effortlessly. With every creative endeavor, I am inspired and amazed by my brilliance. Okay, so here we go. I tap into my unleashing creativity. This has a picture of someone who is singing. I know a lot of people like karaoke. In the Infinite Possibilities program, we're doing some art therapy, which is unleashing creativity, which is doing creativity, not worried about being perfect or being real quote unquote artists, the way some people think artists have to be perfect and do the Mona Lisa or some incredible sculpture. Everybody is an artist if you just play with your own creativity, with get some art supplies, or anything could be an art supply. There's a thing called assemblage, okay, where people just glue things together, and make a sculpture and say, okay, to me that's a sculpture. I'm gluing this scissor with this box and this piece of this piece of metal, and and I'm deciding that this is my piece of art. Well, that's fine. If that feels creative to you and you enjoy looking at that and creating that, that's unleashing creativity. That's tapping into the creative side of you, which is part of your soul. Okay, hello. Okay. Arjan, thank you for being here. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I tap into my limitless creativity and express myself freely. I trust in my creative abilities and allow my unique ideas to flow effortlessly. With every creative endeavor, I am inspired and amazed by my brilliance. So it's fun to tap into creativity, even if you haven't done anything before creatively. It's one way to express yourself. Even if you're angry and you want to scribble on something, that's like art therapy. That's a kind of therapy. Creativity could be just for self-expression or creating something beautiful for uplifting your mood, or getting out some challenging feelings. Okay, so let's see. We only have. I'm really going over time here, but I'm going to just pick two random cards from this card deck. Happier Me, and let's see what this is. And Arjan, I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going okay for you. Okay, here we go. This one just came up. And it says, life is full of love, and I find it everywhere I go. These three hearts. Life is full of love, and I find it everywhere I go. And it says, you experience what you choose to direct your attention towards. That's what we talk a lot about. Where your focus goes, um, your life grows, and things manifest from where you're most focused, with the most feeling. And you see more evidence of what you're most focused on, and you see more evidence of what you're most focused on. So you want to focus more on the good and on what you do want to see, positive things like kindness, love, abundance, thoughtfulness, whatever is good. You want to focus more on that. Wellness, good energy. Life is full of love, and I find it everywhere I go. You experience what you choose to direct your attention towards. Look for the blessings, and then you'll see more blessings. More of God's blessings are around you already, but when you focus on some of them, then you open up your awareness to see more of the blessings around you. If you want to experience more love, concentrate on loving yourself first. That's another message we had earlier here about self-acceptance, self-care. So love yourself first, take care of yourself first, and then share your love and kindness with others as well. And the more you focus on the good, the more good you'll see, and the more good will come to you, because the law of attraction in God's universe here, it tends to be that the good you put out, you attract back to you with God's help, okay? And this last one is, I am grateful for all that I have and all that I am. I am grateful for all that I have and all that I am. So they always say, start with counting your blessings each day. Each day, or at nighttime especially, think about what blessings you already have. What good things you already have in your life. What good things do you feel God has already given you? Being grateful is such a wonderful gift that you can offer yourself. Being grateful not only helps you, but actually, especially then if you even say to other people what you're grateful about or appreciate in them. Say these gratitude prayers to God. That's a great way to grow that relationship with God too. Being grateful is such a wonderful gift you can offer yourself. Take 5 minutes each day and reflect on what you are grateful for. Right? That's just an example. 5 minutes, maybe during the daytime, at nighttime. I think Nelson does that at night. He writes a gratitude list. We were doing that years ago as kind of a challenge, and he kept doing that. People do journaling. You could do that in a journal. And the more you focus on what you're grateful for, or what you appreciate, as Abraham Hicks would say, the more you attract things that you appreciate. So the more blessings you focus on and give gratitude for, the more you tend to attract to give gratitude for. All right, gang. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a great day. Happy Thursday. If you're interested in, I have to update the program information, but we're going to be doing Infinite Possibilities for the Well-Traveled Soul program. Again, it's been a lot of fun so far. We're wrapping it up. Nelson's in it, Jamie's in it, and it's all about working with your positive mindset and beliefs to achieve goals and to feel better about your life and start your day feeling more empowered and more hopeful, and to just to realize that life is magical because of our connection to God and that you are more powerful with God's help than you think. So thanks for being here. I'll put a link below. It needs to be updated, but we will be doing the class again in September. And if interested, type info. But thanks for joining. Have a great day. With God, all good things are possible. No matter what challenges are going on in life, put a little faith in Him and in yourself. And focus on the good and go out and have some fun. Whether it's cloudy or sunny, have fun and you'll attract more good with God's help. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here. Take care.